In exactly 13 months, I want to sit across from a native speaker in Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese and have a real conversation. Yes, this microphone is off. Not just order a coffee, ask where the bathroom is, a real back and forth about life, politics, love, and whatever comes up. I pulled out all of my resources, and today I'm going to create a plan that in 13 months is either going to be genius or will expose me. Hi, I'm daljiimarax if you are new here, and right now I am on a journey to learn 4 languages in 13 months. I thought the best way to figure this out is to start backwards. Where do I want to be in 13 months? What does that look like? How do I get there? What do I need to do on a daily basis? So I literally wrote down what I want to be speaking about in the next 13 months. What does that look like? What are those conversations? Where am I at? Who is daljiimarax? August 2026. Here's some things that I came up with. Hold a long conversation. I'm not even going to put a time on it. But right now, baby, I'm out of breath after a couple back and forths. Next, travel and navigate confidently. So right now, I'm pretty much, good with, donde está el baño and things like that. Very surface level. Where is this? What is this? End of discussion. So I need to be able to go a bit more in depth. See, the person kind of describes the direction of where I need to go to get where I'm looking for. I need to be able to comprehend that and ask follow-up questions if I'm confused. Next, watch a show with no subtitles. When I tell you I'm locked into the subtitles when I'm watching international shows and movies, but we're gonna get past that. At least most of it. Maybe I'll have them on and just casually view them, but I don't want to need them. Next is journal my thoughts or talk about things without having to Google Translate. Right now, Google Translate is my bestie, and I don't like to use it because a lot of it is not accurate. I don't want to have to type a complete sentence in to get what I'm trying to say. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next step. All right, so I have written down my daily non-negotiables. For me, it's very important that in order to meet my big goal, I gotta hit these little goals that are very tedious, very boring, very much like, who wants to do that? Number one, we have a read. I already read 15 minutes a day in Spanish with this Spanish stories book, but I need to ramp it up. I need to do it, make sure I'm reading every single language every single week without missing a day. 15 minutes, I literally doom scroll probably 4 hours in 15-minute increments throughout the day. I for sure know that I have a minimum of 15 minutes a day to spare. So we're gonna make sure I execute that. Next we have podcasts. So what I kind of do now is kind of look up one of my favorite podcasts and kind of just randomly pick a video. I don't want to do that. I want to know the day before which podcast episode I'm going to listen to, so I don't spend so much time looking for something to watch. I have Spanish workbook, Portuguese workbook, French workbook. I have an Italian workbook that I forgot to bring, but I do have one. I'm going to post a picture here from Lucrezia. So this is where shit gets boring, but shit is necessary. So I'm going to make sure that I write down a couple pages. Okay, today I need to do pages 3 through 7 or whatever the case may be. These workbooks need to be done in the next 13 months, or at least all of the things that will be necessary for me to learn need to be done. Okay. And lastly, at least a weekly conversation, even if it is so small, in all 4 of these languages. So right now I have tutors for all of the 4 languages, but I also want to try to find somebody to have more of a casual conversation and not so much a study session. The daily non-negotiables, those are pretty realistic because I definitely have the time to spare. I can just replace all of my TikTok doom scrolling with studying my languages. And lastly, I'm going to incorporate some real life studying. Okay, as far as meeting with native speakers in these languages, going out to eat, trying to be involved in groups, traveling the world. That needs to be like priority. Inputting this in, not just inputting this information, but actually use it in the real world, so I don't have so much. My problem now is all of my conversations are pretty much rehearsed. Like, what I'm doing is I'm like, okay, I'm about to go out to eat, so I need to make sure I have this vocabulary, I know how to say this sentence, I know how to respond to this question, blah, blah, blah. And then I don't kind of steer out of that preset conversation. So the moment I'm able to do that, the better. Okay? Just 1 second, I need a quick snack break. Okay, now all there's left to do is take all of this that Now all there's left to do is take this plan, implement it into my language learning plan on Notion so that I have a clear guide on how this is going to be executed. And I'm not just playing the guessing game like I'm doing right now. I'm sick of that, okay? And because one of my biggest issues is having conversations for an extended period of time, guess what the next video is going to be?